All right, y'all, let's get into the settings with the OnePlus 12. Now, doing these videos is always a challenge for me, only because, especially if it's a device that has a lot of settings, this one is not as overwhelming as the Vivo X Note. That one just, it was like I dreaded even doing it because I know it was just so time consuming because I had so many settings. This one, not too bad. So I'll try to get through this as quickly as I can. Not going to be super detailed with everything, but I'm going to try to give you as much as possible. All right. So we're going to get into the settings with the OnePlus 12. This is a great device. I love this device. And you do get a lot of different things when it comes to the features with this device. So let's get into it. All right. So first thing we'll check out is the wallpapers and style. So you can see up here, you can view your wallpapers. Now, of course, OnePlus offers you some live wallpapers where you can change it. It like this thing kind of, I don't want to change it because I don't want to change what I already set up in here. But you can go in here, you can go into your album and you can use the, whatever photos you have in there if you want to. See, I got a bunch of photos, but most of these photos are from my 4K wallpapers that I'm using. Okay. But you can go in here and, use a photo if you want. They got the live photos in here. You can use where there's a little animation where this comes up out of the water. You have those, all of these different ones that do different things. These wallpapers here are more, they're still photos that they don't move. But you do have some choices here. Now, they don't give you a whole ton of wallpapers in here, but it is what it is. Now, what you're always on display, you get a few choices. You see here, you could turn it on. Contextual info, you could show music info on the always on display, video, music playback. So you have these, so basically if you're playing something, you'll see what it is here. You can read what it says here. Music playback, it says show music info on the always on display and bring up music controls when you double tap the screen. So you have that. And you can see how much bigger the icons are on here compared to the new always on display on the S24 Ultra, which I don't like that always on display anymore. More display settings. You can get in here. You can set the display mode for all day. Of course, you could change that to, you could schedule it, or when power saving kicks on, you could have it where it'll shut off the always on display automatically to save you more power. All right, new notification, show new notifications on the always on display. Of course, I have that on, so when I get a notification, I'll see it on the always on display right away, but you could turn that off if you want. As far as info, you can put the time, date, battery percentage, and your notifications. You could put all of that on the screen, or you could turn that stuff off. It's up to you. So they're giving you some options as far as customizing your always on display the way you want. Of course, you can use these different type of always on displays. I'm using the bear right now because the bear is a little animated. See, it just moved a little bit. I don't know if you saw that. Let me go back out, come back in. Look closely. See the bear moving a little bit? So it's kind of animated for like, I think 3 seconds. And then it does different things throughout the day. Like at night when it's late, the bear will be all the bears will be laid down like they're sleeping. So that's kind of cool. Now down here, you can change the text color. I got everything in white, but they have various colors here you could change if you want to. You could just push apply right there. All right. So also you can use the earth. You can you can use that one too. Here you got Bitmoji, you got canvas, where basically with the canvas you could you could use it from a picture in your album, or you could literally do a canvas of your face. Now I did that, I didn't like it, so I won't mess with that, but you could do that. All right, so you got other custom patterns, you got text and image. Down here, you got the earth again, the bear. You got some digital clocks down here you could use This is classic OnePlus digital clock right here. You can use an analog. You can use the word time there. And of course, you can use an image. So it's not as customizable as your Samsung devices or maybe some other ones. But I mean, it's customizable enough where you'd be satisfied. All right. So with the font size, of course, you can make the font size small, medium, or large. I got it large because my eyes ain't what they used to be. So I have it pretty big. You can change the styles of the fonts here. Icons, when you go into icons, of course, you can change the different icon, how the looks you want. You can redesign the icons for third-party apps. You can change the shapes and all that stuff with your icons. You see down here all these different shapes you get, which is cool. You can restore it. You can set it how big, how small you want it. It's up to you. And then you press, apply. Go down here to colors. Of course, when it comes to colors, you got featured colors. You can use wallpaper colors, alpine, trendy. I'm just using coastal because if you could look real closely, you could see that the coastal was a little more vibrant than the other two. So I use the coastal. Quick settings. You can go quick settings. Now, these are different shapes you can use with your icons, of course. You got default, which is just a circle. You got square, square circle 1, window, square circle 2, and rhombus. And of course, that's how it's going to look. Once you change it, you look up here, you can see how it's going to look if you like it or not. I like the circle. Fingerprint animations. As you can see, you get different fingerprint animations. You press that. That's what you're going to get. It made that little sound. You hear that little sound there? They all make little sounds. You got this one, ripple. You got stripe. You got fireworks. Now, Cosmos is my favorite. You can press none, so it don't do nothing. But I like the Cosmos. To me, that's my favorite. But you right here, you have 7 options. Now, this is something that Samsung should add to their device. But of course, you get the same old boring fingerprint sensor on their devices. And some people don't care, so it's up to the person. But you can change the animation with the fingerprints. Edge lighting. This is something, it's not even really similar to Samsung. Samsung is actually better because all the borders around the whole thing light up. But here you can change the color from blue, where you can see it light up on the sides. You can go to red, or you can go to gold or that yellow. I use red because, I like the color red. But it's not as animated as your Samsung device where it goes, around the whole borders of the device. Plus with Samsung, it does it whether the screen is on or off. But you don't have that option with this. Display size, of course, you can go large, standard, or small. I use large because I need everything bigger, so it'll be easier for me to read. So let's come out of this. Let's go to home screen and lock screen. Okay, home screen mode, I'm using a drawer mode where I'm using a drawer. So when I swipe up, I'll show you. So basically when I swipe up, that's where all my apps will be. All right. Let me see. Home screen layout. Now you got some choices. You got some choices down here. You can go 3x6, 4x5, 4x6, 5x5, and 5x6. I'm using 5x6 because I want the most amount of apps that I could possibly use. However, I'm using 2 small folders. But however you want to set it up is up to you. Icon pull down gesture. Open apps on home screen with one hand. Of course, you can do that. Now, I've tried this. I haven't been able to get that to work, but it's all right. Icon pull down gesture. I got it turned off, I guess, because I couldn't get it to work, but it's fine. It may work for you. Global search. I forget what that's for, but it doesn't give you any information on it. Lock home screen layout. Basically, how my home screen is set up. I can just lock it where it'll never change. Nothing will accidentally get moved or deleted. So you can do that if you want. If your lock screen is the way you want it, you could press that button, just lock it. so you don't ever have to worry about it changing by accident. Icon autofill, you can use that. I don't use that, but you can. It doesn't give a whole lot of information about icon, what autofill, what that is. So I'm not really sure. Double tap to lock. You can double tap any empty space on the home screen to lock the screen. You can also do that to wake the screen. So you do have that option. Swipe down on home screen notification drawer. Only thing that is this right here. Swipe down. Everything comes down where you can look at your notifications. And of course, you want to do that. All right. Lock the home screen layout. So oh no, I already did that. I'm down here. I'm sorry. Yeah, swipe down on home screen notification drawer. So I just showed you that. Show search on home screen. Now that's on. I should turn that off. See, it's right here. I really don't need that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn that off because I don't need that. See, I want that clear. That's just taking up space for no apparent reason. Now, all my stuff got moved. I don't know why. What happened? I must have touched something. But my stuff got... Okay, that's the way I want my stuff set up. I must have touched something. All right. App animation speed. So you could adjust the speed of the app startup and closing animations. You only get two choices, fast or medium. I got it set for medium. You know how you go back and forth like this. You can have it set up where it's fast or whether it's slow. I got it set on medium. That's why I like it, because it looks super smooth like that. You got raise to wake. You got double tap to wake or turn off the screen. I got that turned on. Show media player on the lock screen. Of course, I got that turned on. So if you're playing media content, you'll see that on the lock screen. Lock screen shortcuts. You only get a few options. I don't know why Google Pay is not one of them. Maybe because it's a Chinese variant. I'm not sure. But you can use Google Assistant, device controls, flashlight, or QR code. So you swipe on the shortcuts at the bottom of the lock screen to open an app or feature. So only thing I have to do is swipe. If I go back out, hit up the lock screen. See, you see them down here. So if I swipe, now my flashlight is turned on. See? All right. Now I gotta turn that back. Let me turn that off. All right, let's turn back off. All right. So that's cool. Now I got it set for the camera and also the flashlight, but you can set it for device controls and you can set it for QR code or Google Assistant. It's up to you. All righty. Pocket mistouch prevention. Prevent accidental touches that may occur while your phone is in your pocket. I got that turned on. That never happened, so that's good to have. Recent task manager. Go in here, display your RAM information if you want. These apps are locked. I'm not sure. These says unlocked, but I'm not sure what the recent task manager thing is. I think it must be probably in here somewhere, something like that. I think that's what that is, but I'm not really sure, honestly, to be honest with you. I'm a little confused about that one. System navigation. Of course, you can use the buttons, but most people today use the gestures, but you do have the buttons for those people that's not comfortable with using gestures. You can hide the gesture bar, which I'm doing because I don't need to see the bar. Vibrate on back navigation basically mean when you swipe back, you'll feel a little vibration, which I like. So I got that turned on. Switch to previous app. Basically, it says switch inward from the left or right side of the screen and then hold to switch to previous app. I think I tried that. I don't think that worked well for me, but that's something you can do. Mistouch prevention. Gestures need 2 swipes to take effect in some full screen scenarios, watching videos or playing games. Learn gestures, of course. This teaches you, how to do your gestures. They're real simple. Switch between recent apps. View recent apps. Just go up and hold. Back to home screen, swipe up. Left or right, just swipe right or left. There's nothing really hard about it. Like say if you are Was I? That's just to go back. But if I was here, if I was down here, see, or was it this one? Well, I'm not sure which one that is, but I don't really use it honestly. If I want to just go to recent apps, all the thing I do, let me show you again, is I swipe from the bottom and hold. See? And all my previous apps just come up. All right. Okay, so let's get back to where we were. All right, left to edge now. Sensitivity to back gestures. You know, it's going to be a little thicker, so make it more sensitive. I got it set right before high, which is good enough for me. I'm good with that. But it says if you're experiencing a lot of missed touches, select a lower sensitivity level. A higher sensitivity level might cause conflict with in-app gestures. So I think, you know, it's up to you where you want to put it. But you see where my settings are with this. Keyboard mistouch prevention. You have that where keyboard location is raised. Secure keyboard for passwords. I got that turned off. Mistouch prevention. Swiping on the left or right edges of the keyboard will not return you to the previous page. I got that turned on. Personal dictionary. I don't have that set up. Autofill for Google services. I think I'm using it. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Autofill for Google. I got that turned on. Mouse pointer speed. I got that in the medium. All right. So let's keep it moving here. Display and brightness. So you can either do light mode or dark mode. I always use dark mode because light mode is hard on my eyes. You can schedule the dark mode or light mode. You know, you can have light mode on during the day, having dark mode on during the night. It depends on you. Dark mode settings. Basically, you got enhanced, how it looks. You know, it's like a real deep black, or you can go medium where it's not as dark, and you can do gentle, which is even lighter. Now, I like the enhance. Now, I'll let you see the medium so you can get an idea if you just saw that change, and that's the gentle. I don't like those. Give me the enhance because it enhances how the words and everything just kind of pop. So I prefer that. Adjust wallpapers to dark mode. I got that turned on. So all your wallpapers will adjust to your dark mode. Adjust icons to dark mode. I got that turned on. You can reduce the contrast in low light conditions. Basically adapt the contrast on your screen to your environment. You can turn that on. Dark mode for third-party apps. You can, use that as well. I don't have that turned on. The only one that's available is for Zoom. Okay, let's go back. Brightness. I had to turn the brightness down on this because it would be too bright for the video, so I turned that down. But of course, you can use auto brightness. I never use auto brightness because I'm always using 100% brightness. So auto brightness I don't even use, but you have that option. Screen color mode. Now you do have some choices here. You can go natural, which is recommended. It says use soft muted colors. Now, why would I want to use soft and muted colors with a phone that has a display this beautiful? I'm not doing it, but you have that option. As soon as you go to natural, it'll display how it looks. You can go to pro. Use D65 color temperature. I don't like that. Vivid. Now look at that. So you can see the difference between the natural, this one, and this one. And of course, I'm going with vivid. Use vibrant and saturated colors. That's the kind of display that I want. So that's what I'm using. All modes above support color management. So you can go warm. You can use default, which I'm using, which is right in the middle. Or you can, go and use it cold. It's up to you. All right. Let me see. Eye comfort and sleep. So you can do this where it says bedtime mode. From sunset to sunrise, the screen temperature automatically switches to warm colors. This matches your body's natural sleep cycle so you can fall asleep more quickly. I don't need that, but that's something option that you do have if you want to use that. You got eye comfort, so you can turn that on. Everything gets really yellowish looking. I don't like that, but that's just me. It says automatically adjust the screen color temperature based on ambient light conditions to reduce eye strain. That's something you may need. Honestly, it depends on, how your eyes are. If Having the screen too bright can, bring pain to your eyes, then this is something you may want to use eye comfort to reduce the strain. You can customize it too. Customize color temperature to adjust the intensity of the blue light filter and schedule when to apply the filter. You have ultra anti-flicker. Now, I've been hearing something about this, even though I'm not all that familiar with it. Uses proprietary anti-flickering technology to ensure consistent color and smoothness while minimizing flicker. So basically, when you turn the screen down to really low lighting, I guess it tends to flicker, and some people says it gives them a headache. But my screen is always at 100% brightness, so I'm never going to have that issue. So I basically didn't have to turn this on, but I don't know if it was turned on by default or I turned it on. I don't remember, because my screen is always at maximum brightness. But for those of you that you like your screen really, really, really low, put this on so that flickering will be less and it won't hurt your eyes. All right, natural tone display. It says adapt screen to ambient lighting conditions for consistent colors in any environment. No, I don't want natural tone. I want vivid, so that's turned off. Fonts, of course, I got the font all the way up, but like I said, you could adjust it. Display size, we already went over that. Now, this is one that's important to me. Image sharpener. I like this. Now, this is, I guess, it's kind of, I guess they're trying to make this like the motion graphic smoothing, but it's just not. It's not the same thing. The motion graphic smoothing on the OnePlus 8 Pro is still better. I wish that's something they had not taken off OnePlus devices, because even with older content, it just made everything look so much clearer, sharper, and smoother. Like, it's hard to explain. You have to see it in person. Anybody that has that OnePlus 8 Pro and you turn on that motion graphic smoothing, you'll know what I'm talking about. It just makes your content looks so real. But you can make it look sharper. So it says enhance the clarity of low quality images and videos. Battery usage will be increased. I don't care. This thing is a battery beast, so that's not a problem. I say turn that on. Video color boost. So basically, you could boost the colors of your video. It says SDR and HDR technology widens the color gamut for the superb visual experience. This will increase battery life. Still no big deal, because the battery on this phone is an absolute monster. So this is not gonna eat up a bunch of your battery. It's just not. So I got the video color boost on, but that's something you can turn off. Auto rotate, of course, that's easy. You set to rotate, auto rotate when you're watching content or just want to rotate the screen. Auto screen off. I got the screen to turn off in 30 minutes because I like looking at the screen. But you can have it set between 15 seconds to 30 minutes. Now, Samsung only gives you a max of 10 minutes. Now, OnePlus must be very confident in their screen technology, where they're not concerned about you getting screen burn, where they'll literally let you keep your screen on for 30-minute intervals. That's impressive. Samsung has never given you that much time. The max they're going to give you is 10 minutes. And usually sometime at 8 minutes or 7 minutes, they're already starting to dim the screen. But OnePlus must be very, very confident in their screen technology, where they're comfortable with you leaving your screen on 30 minutes, even at its highest brightness. Adaptive sleep basically keeps your screen on when you're looking at it. Of course, I don't need that to be on. It's no big deal. Screen resolution. You can do auto select, basically saves power by automatically switching the screen resolution according to the display content. So basically, if you're on, say, Facebook, you may not need 120 hertz. Or if you're on X, which used to be Twitter, you don't have to have 120 hertz for that. However, you can go to standard, which is just 1080p. You get longer battery life, but you're going to get longer battery life regardless. You'll just get even longer battery life if you use 1080p. But why would you want to use 1080p when you got a Quad HD display? I don't know why anybody would do that. I'm using Quad HD, and I'm using the sharper image. Adaptive details enhancement basically is intelligently recognize your scene and brings out subtle details for video and reader apps. So I got that turned on. All right, screen refresh rate, of course, you can do standard or you can do high. Now, with the auto select, it says automatically use the optimal refresh rate for your device to bring you a continuous smooth experience and conserve battery power. So basically, it'll adapt between what you're looking at to conserve battery life. I ain't doing that. Standard, maximum refresh rate of 60 hertz, conserves battery. High, use a refresh rate up to 120 hertz for optimal visual effect and smooth experience. This may increase battery usage and cause the device to heat up. You can further specify refresh rate for individual apps. So basically, you can go in and set the high refresh rate for certain apps, and for other apps, you can set it for 60. I want everything on 120 hertz. I'm not even remotely concerned about battery life. I'm just not. So I got to turn on high for everything. App specific refresh rate. This is what I just said. Certain ones you could turn it on, certain ones you could turn it off. See, by default, I got everything. I said, well, Android Auto, I don't use that. So I got that's on 60. But you can see pretty much everything in here is 120 hertz. Everything. I'm not concerned about battery life. This thing is a battery monster. So I want all my apps 120 hertz. Full screen apps. Basically, you can go default, hide front camera. Of course, you get this little dark thing up at the top, but you don't want to do that. Full screen display. Full screen display, you can do that. So, and you can customize your apps and all that stuff, but I would just leave that alone. Of course, we already looked at wallpapers. All right. Sounds and vibrations. Not a whole lot to get into here. Live caption, vibrate on ring, vibrate intensity, turn off media sound in silent mode, do not disturb. There's no big deal in here. Honestly, let me see. Okay, except for more sounds. Let me get into there. Okay, you got your ringtones, you got your notification tones. You can go in there and change those. More sounds, basically. Okay, not a whole lot in here. Fingerprint animation sound. You have that. So that's something Samsung don't have. You can actually... You get different sounds from the fingerprint sensor depending on what animation you use, which is cool. Screenshot sound, lock screen sound. Let me see. Dolby Atmos. Experience immersive sound with depth, clarity, and detail like never before in supported scenarios only. You got your spatial audio. Now, this is kind of cool. You have it where you hear the sound all around you. You could turn it off. You could go to head tracking. Head tracking don't sound as good, so I don't mess with it. But this is only when you're playing music and stuff. I use the fix where it's going like you get more of an immersive type of sound. All right, hollow audio experience sound from different locations when playing multiple audio sources at the same time. Now, I haven't done this yet. I guess you can mess with this when you have headphones on. But you can experience sound from different locations when playing multiple audio sources at the same time. Connect your headphones to experience so you have to have headphones on in order to experience hollow audio. Haptics, of course, you can have your haptics set up the way you want. I got it set way up, and the haptics on the OnePlus 12 are excellent. How touches feel, I got it on crisp, but of course, you can do gentle or you can do crisp. I like crisp, but the haptics on here are great. Got more here. That's nothing. Reduce notification. Nope, nothing. Okay, notification and status bar. You can do log banner, app icon. The status bar here, you can get your notifications, show icon. Battery style, I got it vertical, but of course, you can change it. You got options where you could change the way your battery looks, up here in the corner. You could change it where it's going this way, going up. You could have in a loop or not show anything at all. Okay, you got real-time network speed, which I don't need that up there. I don't need to see that. Some people may need to see how fast the network is. I don't. Real-time network speed, Bluetooth, HD voice. I got all this stuff turned on. High performance mode, all that stuff turned on. Smart notifications. The content of banner notification will be hidden where the front camera detects someone other than you was looking at it. More settings. You got display data usage and notification drawer, allow notification snoozing, reduce notification feedback, bubbles. Basically, the notifications are coming like a bubble. Enhanced notifications get suggested, actions, replies, and more at a glance. You can use this calendar events, upcoming flight information, reminders, birthdays, weather alerts, sports updates, work profile. You can get that all at a glance. Notification history. Of course, you can go in here and see what your notification history is as far as what notifications you got. All right. Let me see. Okay. Go into apps. You got your app management. Excuse me. You got your app cloner. You can create app clones and run them at the same time. But the only ones let me see, advanced settings. Yeah. I think the only ones they give you the option is Facebook and Instagram. I don't know about any more. Default apps. I guess, default apps is just basically you could change your home app, system launcher I'm using, phone app, stuff like that, call ID, stuff like that. Default apps, no big deal. Recovery system apps. Okay, this is no big deal as far as that's concerned. Security and privacy. As you can see, looks good. No issues found. You could just press scan device. It'll start scanning a device, let you know if your if your device is secure, which it is, no issues. If there's any issues, it'll let you know, and then it'll tell you what to do from there. You got app security, play, protect, scanning is on. So you got app security. Okay. So this is why it's so important to not worry too much about, I need, my, what you call that security thing every month. It's not that big of a deal because these phones are loaded with security. You got device unlock, which is your screen, your screen lock, face unlocks, fingerprint unlock. You got account security. Google account is protected. Device finders, find my device. You can use that. System updates let you know if your system is up to date, which it is. Privacy, permissions, dashboard, controls, more security and privacy. There's so much stuff on here. You got privacy, you got that password on. I got that. App content allows apps to send content to Android system. Android system intelligence gets suggestions based on people, apps, and content you interact with. Autofill from Google will automatically fill in your password, your credit card, and your address, all your information, so you don't have to do it, be tedious doing it all the time. And let me see. Rest of the stuff, no big deal. All right. Now, special features. You got your app unlock, so you can lock whatever app that you want to lock. You can do that. Just go in here, put your password in. And if you want to lock a certain app, you can do that. You can hide apps. Of course, you got to put your password in again. You got your private safe, where I got it set up with my fingerprint. So if I go in here, I could hide images. I could hide video. I could hide certain audio, documents, and other files, but I don't have currently anything in here at the moment. Was that private safe? Okay. And you got system cloner, which is kind of cool. So basically here you got two phones in one, which is cool. So enter system clone. I just pressed that. So now I'm using this finger, and you see a completely different home screen. Now, when I turn this off and use my thumb, it goes back to this. So that's cool. If somebody, want to use your phone, you got a lot of private stuff on here, you don't want them in, just go to system cloner, just turn it off, use this finger, and it'll go right to that. You can give them the phone, let them use it. You don't have to worry about them getting into anything sensitive on your phone. So system cloner is cool. I wish Samsung had something like that on their devices. All right, location, not important. Safety emergency, not a big deal. You could do emergency SOS. Quickly access emergency SOS. Press the power button 5 times in a quick succession to use emergency SOS. Emergency SOS automatically makes an emergency call when you enter the emergency SOS page by pressing the power button 5 times in quick succession. So basically, it'll do a 5-second countdown. It'll make a sound, and it'll send out, an emergency to whoever you put down as an emergency contact. Emergency sharing, auto send, it auto send a message. In an emergency, automatically send an SMS message with information including your location and to your emergency contacts. So that's good. If you ever get in a situation, you click, you activate this, people, your loved ones or whoever it is will be able to find you. They'll know exactly where you're at. When to send after calling an emergency service number. Let me see. All right. Low battery alert. You can get a notification that allows you to quickly send an SMS message when your location information to your emergency contact when your device battery falls below 15%. So that's good. That's good too. Emergency contacts. You can set whoever you want the emergency SOS to go to. I don't have that set yet. Medical information. You could put your medical information in here. So, if you get into a situation, they'll be able to pull up your medical information. Emergency location service. You got unknown tracker alerts, wireless emergency alerts, and emergency alert history. All right, so let's get into the battery. So with the battery, you can basically see how long you've been using your battery, and then, your screen on time. You can see your battery usage by the apps. Power saving mode, it tells you if you activate power saving mode, how many hours you'll get. Battery health is good. That's a good thing to see. So you got battery booster, but my maximum capacity is 100%. Of course, I bought this brand new. So of course my battery's going to be 100%. But this is a good thing to know, that you can know what your battery capacity is. Okay, so you can see how your battery is aging. Smart charging. Now this is cool for those of you that are concerned about battery degradation. It says to slow down battery aging, intelligent service means learns your charging habits and adjust charging patterns accordingly. Okay. Stop charging at 80%. So you can have this charge only to 80%. That's, of course, for those of you out there that's worried about battery degradation. But I'm telling you, with the way OnePlus optimized their software with the battery, I'm telling you, I got the OnePlus 8 Pro and I've had it for years and I still get great battery life. So, but if you're the type of person that's concerned about it, you do have options. Smart rapid charging. It says when you charge your device with the included high rate charger, smart rapid charging will increase the charging speed if it detects a situation where you need to charge your device quickly. Your device will get a little warmer during charging. So you could, if you want to charge your device a little slower, you can do that. All right. Reverse wireless charging. I got that turned off, but of course you could turn that on if you need it. Wireless charging settings. So you can look at a tutorial if you want. Quiet charging. Basically, the wireless charger runs at a lower power level to minimize noise. But I mean, I could hear it sometimes if I don't have a TV on, but for the most part, I can't hear the wireless charging thing, really at all. So it's not a big deal for me. More settings. So you got high performance modes. Basically, it says get the best possible performance out of your device, but may also increase power consumption and cause your device to heat up. I've had that on before. My device did not heat up when I used it. You can optimize battery use, basically automatically optimize power usage when apps are draining battery in the background. You can set it up where it automatically optimizes it automatically. And you can see I got it pretty much on for everything. A few of them I don't have it on because I don't use them. But for most of them that I know I'm going to use a lot, I'll turn it on. But if it detects that a app is using battery, it'll send you a notification, let you know. You could automatically put it on auto optimize. Sleep standby optimization. Your device consumes less power and sends fewer notifications when you are asleep. So when you sleep, it goes into optimization, sends you less notifications to conserve power. Okay, app battery management. Of course, you can go in here and adjust, each app, if it's draining battery or something like that. All right, so we're almost done. Show battery level and status bar. As you can see, it's up there. You could turn that off, if you want to. You can show the icon, batteries vertical, battery percentage, stuff like that. All righty. Special features. All right, if you're still here, you see the special features. So you got split view, display two apps at once for easier multitasking. That's no big deal. You see, you just do it like that. Say if I want to do YouTube, I just hit these three dots, split screen. So now all the thing I got to do is choose another app. See what that app may be. Okay, let me choose Facebook. Now I got two apps running at the same time. Wait a minute. Did that do it? I don't think it did it. All right, split screen. Now, was I supposed to open another app? Okay, here we go. So you got Facebook and you got YouTube. Two apps running at the same time. All right, back to special features. Floating windows, get more done with floating windows. I think most of you know what floating windows is. Quick launch. Now, this is a cool feature here. Access frequently used functions while unlocking your device. So basically, you turn it on, you press and hold your button on your fingerprint sensor, and you can set 5 apps. And once you press it and hold it, it'll pop up, and then you can just slide your thumb to whatever app you want to open automatically, and it does it. Of course, you could, pick what apps you want to use. You got all these options, apps. Yeah, so all these apps. You could also use it to pick a function if you wanted to perform a function. See functions. My library, search, new events. Let me see, video, play videos, Amazon services. I don't think most people are going to use these, honestly, but you do have the option. So functions or either apps. I got it set for apps. So let me show you what I mean. So basically, you turn the screen off, you press the fingerprint sensor and just hold. Just keep holding. See? Now, say if I want to go to YouTube, I just slide my thumb over on YouTube and let it go. Pops right up on YouTube. Now, I wish every Android manufacturer would do this, because this is so cool to do this and just hold. Say I want to go to Facebook, slide over to Facebook. I just love that feature. I really do. I love that a lot. Most times I forget about it because I don't use it enough. I got to start using it more. All right, so let's get back to special features. You got smart sidebar. I don't really like this. It's supposed to be something like, what do you call it? Weird. I think it's way up here. It's supposed to be somewhat like edge panels, but it's not even close. Okay. All you get is these little extra apps on the side. That's pretty much it. That's all you get. It's nothing like edge panels. It's not even close. Okay. Because this is all you get. And you can't even adjust this. You can't bring the, where you slide it open, you can't bring it down and adjust it like you can on Samsung. So I don't really care for it. I got it set up with apps, but I don't even use it. All right. Kids mode, of course, that's digital well-being. Simple mode, get larger text, bigger icons, and louder sounds. For those that want to, it's real simple. The last time I went into simple mode and actually activated it, man, it took me a while to get back out of it. So I don't fool with that. I don't need it anyway. All right, Zen Space, a flexible app that helps you stay focused. You go into Zen mode. I think, you can set how long you want to be in Zen mode where you don't get any notifications, no nothing. You can still, I think you can still, I don't know if you receive phone calls, but you can still make phone calls, but you can't you can't send text messages. You can't get into any social media, none of that until your time is up. And then the phone will let you back in. I don't fool with that because I don't need that. I got enough discipline, when to chill, put my phone down when I need to. Gestures and motions. Swipe down, 3 fingers to take a screenshot, 3 fingers down. Screen off gesture. When the screen is off, use specified gestures on the screen for quick access. Touch and hold with 3 fingers to take a screenshot. You got different options. I don't really use any of that stuff because I don't really take a lot of screenshots. Turn on flashlight with volume buttons. You could do that with the volume button. Air gestures, control your phone with hand gestures without touching the screen. Now that's something I think I tried that. I don't think that worked. Not that I can remember, but you can supposed to be doing it to answer calls. Just hold the back of your hand 20 to 40 centimeters from the front camera with your fingertips pointed down. When a prompt appears at the top of the screen, flick your hand up to answer a call. I don't know how well that works, but 20 to 40 centimeters, like who's going to be doing that? Nobody's going to be doing that. All right, raise the wake. We already went over that. Lift to ear to answer calls. You could do that. I got that turned off. Auto switch to receiver. Automatically switch to the receiver when you lift your phone to your ear. Flip to mute and incoming calls. All right, screenshot, screen recording. Of course, you can do that. So basically, that's all the that's all of the special features. Digital well-being's typical additional settings, basically your system navigation, language, region, app languages, keyboard and input method, date and time accessibility, gestures and motions, one-handed mode. Basically, you just swipe down like that. You get one-handed mode, which I don't like. I like Samsung's better. Power button. You got two different options where you can double click to activate the camera, or you can press and hold the power button for the power menu. Screenshot, screen record, and retouch appearance and video calls. You can schedule your phone to turn off at night and then to turn on. I mean, you can schedule to turn off at a certain time at night and then power itself back on in the morning. That is cool if you want to do that to conserve more battery. OTG connection, get better compatibility with peripheral devices, including earphones and USB drives, system services, and backup and reset. That's pretty much it. And you got an about device. So that basically covers all the settings of this device. Once again, I know most of you probably didn't stay this long because most people attention span is so short these days. But for those of you that really wanted to know about the settings and what you're going to get along with all the other things that people normally talk about, the hardware, and they don't get into the software as much. It's mostly about, all the other specs, but there's people out there that really want to know. They want more information as to what the phone can actually do. So it can do a lot. It can make a lot of changes. So basically that was my, full review on these settings, deep into the settings of the OnePlus 12. Hope you stayed to the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everything was, easy on your ears as far as me reading and explaining everything the best of my ability. And I just want you to know I appreciate your time. And thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.